Okay guys, so today we're going to be learning about all the features that are created on the different type of plate boundaries that happen in, in the crust of the earth. So today, let's take a look at this. We have seen this before where we have the three types of plate boundary. We have divergent boundaries when the boundaries separate, convergent boundaries when the boundaries collide, and transform boundaries when the boundaries slide next to each other, right? Sliding next to each other. So those, whenever this type of boundaries occur, there's many features that happen along with that. So that's what we're gonna be learning today. So the first thing that you're gonna need is gonna be a white sheet of paper. I do have a blue one at home, but if you have just a white one, not from your composition book, make sure you get it from any other notebook or any empty white sheets that you might have around, and you're gonna fold them in four. Okay, now once you fold it in four, you are gonna be uh, cutting it. All right, so you're gonna cut it, you're gonna separate them, and then you're gonna be creating your different types of boundaries right after this page. Okay, so right after this page, this is what we're gonna be creating. And if you notice, the composition book has to be tilted. It has to tilt sideways. There you go. So that's what you're gonna be doing, right? Once it's tilted sideways, you are gonna be putting, first you're gonna tape them. Leave this empty page or this empty side and make sure you tape it on the top as far as you can possibly get him, or take him over here to the edge. Put two pieces of tape, right? So you can flip him. And then over here, you're gonna put two more. There is three types of boundaries. This is gonna be divergent boundaries, convergent, and transform. But today we're only gonna focus on these two things. Make sure you copy the title. These are the features created at each of the plate boundaries, and these are gonna be divergent boundaries. Boundaries that, or plates that separate and move away from each other. Okay, there's gonna be two types of divergent boundaries we're gonna be looking at. One of them is when you have two oceanic plates separating. These are plates that have an ocean on the top, right? So when they separate, you're gonna see different types of boundaries. And then on B, you're gonna have two continental plates that are gonna be divergent, or they're gonna be dividing or separating, right? So these are the two types we're gonna look at, and we're gonna focus on this one first, all right? So the first one is letter A, oceanic, whenever you have two oceanic plates to separate. And whenever they do, these are the things that happen, okay? You have a mid-ocean ridge, which is this little opening between the two plates where the magma from the core of the planet, not from the core, but from the mantle of the earth, oozes out or goes up due to the convection currents, pushes these two plates away, and the magma comes out, creating the new floor, because remember that these two plates are separating. And as they separate, it's not like you're gonna have an empty hole there. No, the magma comes out, it cools down because it has an ocean on the top, and then it becomes a new floor. So you're gonna have the new floor in the middle, and as the further away you go away from the ridge, this is the mid-ocean ridge, as further away you go, the crust is gonna be older and older as you move further and further away from the ridge. Okay, so the three different features that you're gonna find is the mid-ocean ridge, the seafloor spreading. You can see with the arrows how these two plates are spreading apart, and the magnetic reversals that was covered on a different video. How the magnetism, or the polarity, changes every so often, every 500,000 years or something like that. So you can see here this section where the magma is coming out, and it has a positive polarity, right? But these negatives over here next to them, at some point, if you run the clock backwards, they were together at some point. And if you notice, those two, they were negative when they were coming out, right? So the polarity reversed, and so forth and so on. You can see all these ones are positives and then negatives, and so forth and so on. All right. This is for oceanic and oceanic plates when they separate. Now, whenever you have divergent boundaries with two continental plates, you will have two features, different ones, from the same type of continental divergent boundaries. One of them is a fault block mountain, and the other one is the rift valley. All right? I'll be showing you how to do those, how to draw them in a video right now. Okay, so to do a fault block mountain when you have two continental plates separating is actually very easy. The first thing you have to do is do this big old triangle, right? So you do the big triangle right here, and then you put the lines from the bottom of the triangle going out. And then just somewhere like in the middle of the triangle, you put another line going out, and then you connect them. You do the same thing over here, okay? From the middle of the triangle, go out, connect them, and then shade this area and this area here, okay? And then we don't shade this section right here that is connected to this because this is what happened, okay? When these two continental plates separated, somehow these mountains were formed, okay? Due to the pressure of the movement, these mountains went up, and then you just put like two more mountains right there. And instead of doing this line here along with it, you just put them a little bit up because that's what happened to this section of the earth that went up, okay? That's it, all the fault mountains. Now the Rift Valley is even easier. The Rift Valley, all you have to do is go all the way to this side of the edge, right? And put a line all the way on the bottom, just like this. And then go up and then do a couple of stairs. I did 4 stairs, but you can do 3 if you want, okay? And then go up on the stairs and then connect them, okay? This is a continent right here, or a continental plate, and this is another continental plate. So they are moving away from each other. And just like this one, whenever you have two oceanic plates, that you have an ocean on the top where the magma comes out when the two plates separate, the same thing happens here. As those two plates move away, magma comes out, it cools down, and then new floor is created. All right, so that's pretty much everything you need to do for today. We'll catch up later.